Okay, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plains. The ants in France stay mainly in your pants. Do we have sound? Are we going? Think so. Yeah, I just got a ping. Hey, Forex.Today is live. So how you doing? You looking good, Bubba? Today is a Thursday. We got an ECB meeting. Yeah. Cool. We have a swing trading meeting. Cool. Nice. So if you're ready, I'm ready. So let's get on with it. Let's go. So let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results, but please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Ni hao ma. Hey, my name is Wayne McDonald. I'm the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com. Thank you very much for being here at the Forex.Today YouTube channel. Please like, please subscribe, please leave comments, because all of these things tell YouTube that our community is a valuable resource in their ecosystem. So help me help you. Leave comments on the recordings, participate in the chat, ask questions, leave a thumbs up. But make sure you treat me and your fellow Forex traders here in our Forex.Today community with dignity and respect. And check the negativity at the door. Cool. So we got Euro likely to move today. Canadian dollar tanked yesterday. Hey, that's what we talked about at the beginning of the week. Yeah. Well, that's good. So we'll see what's going to go on the press conference today, all that kind of thing. Prepare for tomorrow, prepare for next week. Should be a very good day. Please visit TradersWay.com, download an MT4 and demo account. Therefore, you can test the execution speed, the spreads, and check out the amazing swaps. TradersWay.com, become a client today, pay it back. Okay, so let's do gold, oil, Bitcoin, dollar pairs, euro pairs, yen pairs, Swissy pairs, and then anything else you want. Does that sound like a decent day? Anything else I can help you with? No? Cool. Right on. Let's go. Oh, exotics? Okay. I prefer more of a clear week for exotics, meaning it's clearly risk on, clearly risk off, not necessarily a little of both. Okay. Cool. So I'm picking on Euro today, obviously, because we need to see where we are before the press conference. Where's the trend? Here's Euro Kiwi. And you can see, really, there's not a clear trend on this one. Bulls bought where bulls are supposed to buy. Bears sold where bears are supposed to sell. And we're right in the middle of that range. Now, you might say because of the higher high, it's more bearish than bullish, but let's mark these things out. This is exactly where a bull would buy. This is exactly where a bear would sell, and we're right in the middle. So I don't know nothing about nothing is what that tells me. Okay? If you were a bear, you already sold this. If you're a bull, you already sold this. And bears think it's going to go like this, and bulls think it's going to go like that, and one of them's right. As an analyst, I can't tell you which one, because you're not supposed to trade in here, yo. Okay? But I tell you, there's one way of looking at it. If you're a bull, you're supposed to buy here on a monthly and weekly basis. If you're a bull, you're supposed to buy here on a weekly basis. If you're a bull, you're supposed to buy here on a weekly basis. And if you're a bull, you're supposed to buy here on a weekly basis. Are there bulls in the market? Yes. If you're a bear, this sets up a counter trend trade. This, I guess because of the monthly, there's a monthly sort of mediocre counter trend, or sorry, weekly counter trend, but monthly entry, monthly sell. And then bears are supposed to kind of sell in here. It's a very mediocre open, and we've done nothing all week. So bears haven't quite sold, but this is what a bear is thinking, okay? So once again, here's what I'm trying to say. If you're a bull, these are all buys. They're all very clearly easy, nothing complicated, straightforward bullishness, okay? This is a very bearish entry, okay? This is a very bearish entry, and this is a mediocre one, okay? This may have been a bearish one for you, but not at the end of the week, right? That's why I kind of skipped it. Typically, you don't sell at the end of the week in an up move. But anyways, if you were a bull, you did very well over the last month or so. And if you're a bear, you only made money for 3 days. And then you only made money for 2 days. And now you've been trading all week and you have nothing to show for it. No profit, no loss. It's not bad. It's mediocre, but that's what being wrong is supposed to look like. Okay? Now, the interesting thing is we don't, right? If you stay consistent, is it plausible we do something like this? Is it plausible this is the next move? That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you're trading consistently, you'll have your weeks where you get to enter and you'll do well, and you'll get weeks where you don't get to enter, and then you'll get weeks where you do get to enter. It works out all right, but nothing great. Maybe nothing happened there. And then you get another week, you try again, and you're like, I'm very mediocre. And then all of a sudden you do your job, and for 3 days, nothing really happens. And all of a sudden, and you have 2 or 3 weeks in a row where you do really well. But it's all right, because you did 2 or 3 weeks where you did very mediocrely. I know that's not a word. But you see what I mean? The market's inconsistent, but you are consistent. Because you are a bedrock. Okay? Cool. So anyways, that's the thought process there. Let's get off of the scalping mode here. Let's take a look at euro dollar. And let's take a look at this one. This is an extremely straightforward sell. This is an extremely straightforward sell. This is an extremely straightforward sell. What's the common thread here? Euro weakness. Okay? Now, flip zone. Extremely obvious buy. Extremely obvious buy. And extremely obvious buy. So you only were right for a day. You were only right for 2 days. And you got knocked out at break even, but it took you 24 hours to break even. Have you ever been to a point in your trading career where you were proud because it only took you 24, that you lost the normal amount of pips, but it took you 24 hours to lose it instead of 24 minutes? I've been there. I'm like, oh my God, I was in that trade all day before I lost money. Woo! I'm improving, right? I've been there, man. I've been there. I was so proud. I'm like, I was in that trade for a whole day before I lost money. I'm like, I'm getting better. It usually takes me 24 minutes. This one took me 24 hours. Yeah. Oh, I remember those days clearly. But anyways, what I'm trying to show you, oh, and by the way, very obvious buy. Very obvious buy. Okay? Over the course of time, if you stay consistent to your long-term bias, you'll get times when everything seems to work okay, and then everything seems to work with mediocrity, right? And then sometimes nothing ever works, right? So this week it worked out really good, and this one, okay, so, you went toe to toe. Then you went toe to toe again, and then this one didn't even do that. And so you did really good, then you did okay, and then you did, and then this one didn't work out. But later on, I don't know if it's in January, February, or March, or April, or May, you'll have your turn when everything will go your way. Now, in this case, bears, okay? Bears got this. Down, 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 up, up, sell, down, 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 up, up, sell, down, 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 sell, okay? And now you're waiting for the down, 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 and then na, right? So this is what you're looking for. This is what you did 2 days ago or yesterday. This is what you're looking at next week, right? And it's working out better than bulls, okay? But have you tried trading in here all the time? And in here all the time? And in here all the time? Right? Versus just picking... See, when you pick a team, when you know you're a bull or a bear, your entries are at the extremes. When you don't know what you're doing, you're always late. So you're in the middle of the move. And then you're in the middle of the move. And you're in the middle of the move. And you're in the middle of the move. But I've never told you bulls and bears trade in the middle, right? That's only for people that don't know what they're doing. A bear knows like, oh, that's bearish. That's the extreme. That's the pivot you prayed for. This is the extreme. The pivot you were praying for as a bear. Please. Right? Same thing here. You're like, oh my gosh, Becky, look at that M3. Right? And that's what you've been waiting for. But not here. Okay? And same thing with bulls. They're taking a shot here. That's the exact price they wanted. This is the exact price they wanted. This is the exact price they wanted. Okay? Not here. Not here. Right? Not here. Not here. Not in the middle. Right? You're either a bull, a bear, or a pig. And pigs get slaughtered. Okay? Someone else gets to bring home the bacon, and that bacon's your money. Okay? Peter, it's a pivot point, fxbootcamp.com. Sign up, take the courses. All right. Let's get off this. Euro Swissy. Bump, ba-bump, 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 bump, bump. I don't remember anything about this. So we'll have to deal with it. I don't really trade Euro Swissy. All right, so that's that. What do you guys want to do next? Yen, dollar, or pound? Miguel says gold. All right, or commodities. What do you want? Pound, yen, dollar, commodities. Let's see. Which course? All of them. There's an all-course bundle. Actually, you know what, Pete? Actually change it up, Peter. Go to swing.fxbootcamp.com. You'll definitely learn pivot points in the swing trading course. I got a swing trading meeting today, and I'm building a day trading course, which I'm going to do in early to mid-February, which means you'll also get that included with your swing trade membership. So you're getting 2 courses, both of which will make you an expert in pivot points. So, and it's significantly cheaper than taking the all-course bundle. Swing.fxbootcamp.com. Do that one. All right, so let's say cryptos, yen, commodities, pound gold, Bitcoin, pound. Maybe talk about, there's nothing to talk about the ECB. Okay. But yeah, the meeting's coming out. So Christine Lagarde will say something, blah, 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 blah. But it's not happening. Let's see. Yen, pairs. Man, you guys are all over the place. Looks like you guys want to do exotics, so let's do exotics. Okay. Euro Turkish lira, we're stuck at the same place we've been for the last few days, right? We've been stuck here. And so what we'll need is we need to continue this down move. It's a little too high for this. This was fine. This is a little too high. But that's probably some, worry over the ECB meeting. But what we're hoping for is a move like this. So the proper tool to use in this scenario looks like this. Okay. So it's definitely on the high side. It's definitely overbought. So if you're a bear, you want this to come down. Faux show. Plus, we already have this set up as resistance. Okay. And of course, you can't be a bull on this. It makes no sense to be long-term short lira. It's just not how it works because it's going to cost you way too much money to be long this. So we're only thinking down or not down. Okay. So what I'm thinking on this is this. Okay, so we need Lagarde to weaken the euro today. It could happen. Makes sense to me. Next. Rand. Let's do Euro Rand as well. Okay, I'm going to stick to the euro today because of the ECB meeting. Okay, we're here, which is not great if you're a bear. What are bears looking for? Bears like the fact that we challenge the downside, right? The bearish standard deviation from the mean. So that's good. And it's good because it might set up the next move that looks like this. Okay? So you want to look here, and your basic plan is not gonna break 16.000. Okay? That is your mega plan. Okay? Cool. That's your mega plan. All of this saying risk on. Okay? Mexican peso, you can take a look at that. It's been doing aight. Okay? It's been doing aight. Here is a sell. Beautiful. Here's the target for the sell. Couldn't be perfect. This is OOP, so don't worry about it. Okay? Nothing you can do about it now. It didn't even counter trend, so it's more stagnant than anything. It's typically in an OOP you counter trend, but it's even losing that steam. So if you sold it last week, it was absolutely perfect. 3 points, nothing but net. Boom! And since then, it's just been fading in the right direction, but not in a helpful way that can be tradable. Okay? So those are the three ones. I could do USD Rand, but it's kind of the same thing, but okay. Very clearly a bullish entry, but we're not interested in bullish entries. Here's the bearish move. We didn't get the bearish move, so troublesome trucks. Okay? So we're now in this lower low scenario. Down, 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 which we like. So now you might want to do this, and you grab a marker and you go, used to be resistance. Okay? So maybe, just maybe, you get something like this. Okay? If things go well. But for that, we need risk on. Okay? Making sense? All right. What do you guys want me to cover now? Pound pairs, dollar pairs, Swissy pairs, commodity pairs. Pound pairs, gold. Okay, Miguel's saying commodities. Bitcoin and yen, commodities and yen. Anything else? Dollar pairs. Pound. Well, we got a few pound pairs, so let's do the pounds. Let me bring it up. Hang on. Where did it go? I must have it down here. There it is. Great British pound. All right. Pound dollar. All right. Cotton mediocrity. Okay. This is supposed to be leading down here, and it's not there. And we're not supposed to be making highs in that scenario. Okay. So this is very mixed, which means the pound and the dollar are very similar in strength, and that makes it probably a terrible currency pair to trade. Okay. So notice that on a higher time frame, this is going nowhere. So you must treat it really, or should treat this really range bound. On the smaller scale, this was clearly a buy. This was clearly the target, and we're done. So if you believe in this newer move this way that I outlined earlier, then what you're planning is down, 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 down to 130.80, so just below 131, and then up to not quite 133, let's call it 132 and a half, 132.50, all right? So you're looking at about 1.31 to 1.3250. What do you stink? Smell like a plan? Done. Next. And all right, so how about this one? Well, this is better than the pound dollar, but so here's where bulls buy, here's where bears sell. So it's harder to say what's next, right? I mean, bears are looking for, something like this. And we don't know how many there are at this point. But if you're a bear, you need to wake up and smell the coffee. Okay? Bulls are thinking about buying the dip down here, so you got to go da 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 da, and they're thinking da 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 da, right? So let's outline that for you. Do it this way. Okay. Okay. So you can see it's more bullish than bearish because the deviation is here. And look how this same deviation from the mean is farther than the bottom. Okay. So it deviates more bullishly from the average than bearishly from the average. So anyway, so what you're kind of thinking is, I would do it this way. Hang on. I'd do this as well. Did I grab the right one? Yeah. I would do this. Okay. Does that look fair? Yeah. So, what do you think? Buy it around 190, and we're on our way to 194. First target, 193.50. Second target, almost 195. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I know, right? Let's go. Next. Gnocchi. Pig gnocchi. There's no gnocchi like no gnocchi. All right, here we go. Change the temp. Swing trading confluence. Great. Look at this. Nothing happened for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Amazing, huh? Is that the opportunity you've been waiting for? Probably not. Okay. Norway exports a lot of oil. Oil's been falling and falling and falling. Pound isn't that strong, as you've seen. So Norway has gotten seriously weak in the last, since the beginning of the month. It's interesting, right? So there might be a relationship between oil prices and the Norwegian krone. But if you think oil is going to stabilize soon, you're going to start thinking stuff like this, right? Well, isn't that interesting? Maybe you should just trade gnocchi, okay? So remember, if you trade energy, you do Brent and WTI, but you probably do CAD and gnocchi as well. Norwegian krona. Okay. Euro pound, I don't care about. Pound yen, we'll do on the yens. Pound Swissy, we'll do on the Swissies. All right. Hey, Wayne, what happened if there's a break of M2 on the downside and you're a bull? You just lost money. That's what happens, Benji. Can you play the S1 or R1? Only if you don't know what you're doing, Benji. So I guess my answer is nope. Rabbit hole. What was the question, rabbit hole? I think I missed it. Yeah. Yeah, there's only a right way and then all the other ways, right? So it is what it is. All right, what do you guys want next? Commodities? We just talked about Noki, and I said, hey, it really depends on oil. Highlander says, with the commodity pairs, are you more bullish on them since the trade war piece? No. Pro Trader says, can I be an investor in this Forex market? Not if you're under the age of 18 or you live in North Korea. Gold and stuff. All right, so let's do commodities. Let's do gold, oil, and Bitcoin next. Okay, we'll start bottom left here. Oil still coming down hard. Down to down, down, down. Now, the interesting thing is on the weekly basis, let me get my drawing tool. On a weekly basis, this is the sell. You can see I have that. That was our plan B. Plan A was there. Anyways, last week's plan B was sell around here, this 59. I think we wrote down like, there's no will not break 60. Did I write something like that last week? I said you just have to make a simple decision, right? Yes, Benjamin, when I release it, you will get it. Also, people that are in my day trading program / swing trading program will get them as well. Okay. I have the new version I'm about to test. In fact, I could probably plug them in now, but I don't want to go through it in the webinar. But do you guys remember doing something like this? Will not break 60. So you just have to make a decision. What do you want to do? And I said, if that's true, you got you have a possible entry here, and you got a possible entry here, right? And your wicked plan. What a trade to do, right? All right. Even Chris Isaac likes that one. Cool. So anyways, down, 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 right? Now here's the thing. It's blown the doors off because we only expected that and it gave us that. Okay? Not something you can plan on. So if you're going to sell the future, you're going to look like this and you're going to look like this and you're going to go, oop, and you're going to go, or, okay. So this still shows down. And you're like, Wayne, I don't see it. What do you mean it shows down? All right, let's do it this way. Okay. On this time period, it's down. Cool. Okay. I know you guys get sick of hearing it, but this is an OOP. It sets up a CT, and the bearish target for that CT was actually here. So it's even beaten the standard operating procedure of OOPCT. Okay, so good. Boom, gold. Nothing's happened on gold. Done. Isn't that nice? Cool. And let's do Bitcoin. What did we say here? Oh, yeah. You have to make a decision. Number one, where's number one? Where did number one go? We lost number one. So, oh, I guess number one is you're bearish. Number two, it's not going above 9,000. Three, you only sell rallies. Four, your target is 65. Oh, 654321. Remember that? So, based on all of that, you're thinking from here 65432, 65432 is what? Target is 6543, 654, 65. Why did I have that? 6543? 65, 65. So it's in there somewhere. Why did I have that? Six, 4, 9, 65, 65, 6, 5, 4. Why did I have 6543? I don't remember. Whatever. I just want to see where that was. So we go. This is what you do in that scenario. Why did I have 6543? 6543.21. Yeah. All right. Dream of you. So, is that what you did last night? Oh, wait, don't tell me what you did last night. Wait, I got to be careful with my questioning. Whoa. Yeah, don't tell me what you did last night. But, is that your trading plan? So let's drop into the 15-minute, open up this can of worms. Get rid of that because we don't need it anymore. I don't know what this is or what it's doing there, or if I can delete it. Delete. Okay. All right, so since we did this yesterday, I'll show you a little trick. Properties, and you go common, and you go period separations. Okay, cool. So we wrote this yesterday in this period. Okay, so since then, you've been selling rallies. So what does that look like? Well, let's take a look. Down, up, sell, down, up, sell, down, up, sell, down. Huh? Right? Cool, right? Peter says, what's OOP? Peter, you're going to need to take the training courses. If you don't know these things, you're going to need to know these things. All right. Let's, what else do you want to do? What's next? Dollar pairs, yen pairs, what's on your mind? Aussie pairs, okay, maybe. CAD, we spent a lot of time on CAD yesterday. Silver, I don't really do silver, huh? Not today, Ron. Sorry, mate. Yens, dollars, yens, lots of yens. All right, let's do yen pairs next. It's just I don't really cover it, so I don't know anything about it. So I don't know if my opinion would have any value. All right. Okay, well, here's CAD, so there's a little bit of your, okay? So let's take a look at CAD. You're going to love it. This is the sell zone if you're a bear. So we hit a top. Oh, come on, where's mine? Okay, we hit a top. Then we had the sell zone. Then we had a breakout. We had to pull back, new sell, lower low, pull back, new sell. And then with yesterday's news, you got paid. Okay, now one of the things I've been trying to teach you guys all these years is amateurs jump in around here. Okay, that's what amateurs do. What I teach you to do is plan these things so that if you're a bear, your entry would have been here or here or here, and because you analyze the Bank of Canada and so on and so forth, maybe the correlation with oil, whatnot, you had an opinion that this is more bearish than bullish. Therefore, there was a pivot here to sell. There was a pivot here to sell. There was a pivot here to sell. There was a breakout to sell. There was a second chance to sell. And then the news came out. And you got paid. Okay? Amateurs wait for the news to come out and they trade all this in the high volatility with the wider spreads, and it makes no sense. Well, it makes a few cents, but then don't worry about it because they're going to give those cents back. This is the $80 course. Okay. Okay. Now, is there any bullish opportunities here? If you were a bull, you would have been trying to plan this, but you can see that it really didn't work out that well. I'm not sure if you would have taken that. You might have bought it at 84. It went up to about 84.30, not right, and then collapsed on you. So maybe you lost a little money, maybe you broke even. But right, but here's the thing. Okay? Let's talk about analysis. Okay? There's more to it than just saying I'll buy at the M2. Okay? There's some analysis, okay? This kicked off the M2, made a higher high, higher low. Front run, right? Higher high, higher low, front run, right? Higher high, higher low. Beautiful entry. And then collapse. Can you see like this whole move here is not bullish? Right? You see that? That's why we do analysis. You have to say, I like it here. I like it here. I like it here. What the is this? Crapola. Okay? That's where you got to... Okay? You see what I mean? You got to be on the clue train. You got to do your analysis, guys. Okay, Euro yen. Oh yeah, this is what I did for you guys. Ready? I did this weeks ago. I said this looks like a giant range to me. Okay. And that's about that. This is where bulls exit. This is where bears enter. I think I talked about this in the swing trading group. Are any of my swing traders here? I think what we talked about last week was if you're a bull, you cannot buy here under any scenario, right? Bulls would have to have the patience to wait for a big drop, right? Did we talk about this, right? But I was worried because it's not trending. So the only way you could really trade this is you sort of let it break out and pull back, but I'm not convinced it's going to do that. I think we were a big down to sideways on this, right? Oh, I remember. Yeah, we absolutely talked about this. This was the big January drop and the false rally, right? Right? So we talked all last week about this being down, not up, because this would define the false rally. The failure to make a higher high is the false rally. Yeah. Okay. Is that right? Cool. So we're still in the middle of this range. Okay. So this was just the confirmation of the false rally that we talked about 3-4 months ago. Okay. Okay. There's the big January down move. Here's the big false rally. This confirms that the rally isn't making a higher high now. So now we're in mid-range, and now we got to figure things out. What are the plays of 2020? Well, we got a artificially stimulated stock market that's going to be tempered by summer seasonality and then by a frozen market due to the election. So if it's going to pop up, it's got to do it early this year. It's got to do it before the June Fed meeting. After the June Fed meeting, then I think we're going to go mostly sideways until November. That's my guess so far. So here's the way to think of it. All the hedge fund managers, remember, we live off the greed and the sloth of hedge fund managers and the weak and lazy amateurs. So the greed and the sloth will need to make their bets soon now. Okay? So the way I explained this last summer, if you were in my webinars in the summer, the way I explain things is in this period we're in now, in early January, you first of all, you have your rebalancing of portfolios. Okay? But then you also have your sort of new year or year-end communication with clients. This is where you let them know that they invested wisely with you and that you have an outlook for the year and that you got plans for the money this year and you're super excited and you're proud of last year, but there's new opportunities to go after in 2020, and here's what you think is going to happen with the stock market, and this is what you think is going to happen with the commodity market, and this is how you think things are going to be with global trade, and this is what you think is going to happen during the election, and you start sending all this out, which means right now, right, as you're writing it, you're placing your bets. So you're like stock market up for now, commodity market up for now. You're going to buy oil, you're going to buy Bitcoin, you're going to do all this, and all boils down to maybe something like risk on for the first half of 2020. Okay? So does that mean you're buying now? No, 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 no. Because I told you the market's going to do this first, then it's going to do that, and then it's going to fade back in, and now you start tiptoeing into your positions. Because remember, you don't just say buy 300 million of that and walk away. No, of course you could, but the better way of doing it is you start saying I'll buy it as it steps up. So I'd rather you say I want to buy $300 million worth of euro yen, but I'm going to do 1 million here, 1 million here, 1 million here, 1 million here, or more like 10 million here, 10 million here, 10 million here, 10 million here, and between now and June 20th, you end up gobbling up $300 million of euro yen, and you're jamming your stops along the way, so your risk is zero. Okay? Per trade. Overall, absolute risk is zero. Except for counterparty failure or something, right? And like your broker goes out of business, the market collapses, a meteorite hits the ground, hits Earth, everyone in China dies of contagious disease. You're like, oh, I didn't plan on that. Black swan, right? By the way, Wuhan, what an amazing place. Wuhan came onto my screen, I don't know, about 3 or 4 years ago, back when I used to hang out with Daniel all the time in Singapore and Hong Kong. And I was always trying to find a, better deal to fly first class to the other side of the world. Flying first class from Atlanta to Singapore, there isn't a flight farther. That's the farthest flight Delta will make. If I was going any farther than that, I'd be coming home. But anyways, so I'm trying to find deals like how do you get to the other side of the earth with Delta, right? And I think it's Delta, it might be some other like Delta partner is basically building up Wuhan as a place to like you fly in and then connect all over Asia and all over China. They're trying to, I think what's happening is Beijing's airports are too packed, Shanghai's airports are too packed. Like I've been in the Shanghai airport a bajillion times and it's just like, they park their plane out in the middle of the tarmac and say, get out, because there's nowhere to put these planes. And they're planes with people. And they're like, we don't know what to do with you. You're way out here. You're 7 miles from the terminal. Everybody squeeze in, right? So anyways, so I think they're saying, or what they've done is they've said, well, Wuhan is, if you look at a map of China, so let me do a map of China. Beijing's way up here, and it goes like this, and then it goes down here, and we'll put Hong Kong down here. And right in the middle of Shanghai, right, Beijing's way up here, Hong Kong is way down here, and you go in from Shanghai, and here's Wuhan, right? Right in the middle of all of this, it's inland. It's not like way inland, but it's hundreds of miles inland. But for an airplane, what they're saying is if you're flying from, let's say, America, you used to either land here, you'd land here, or you land here, right? Now they're saying, well, why don't we route people here and then move them wherever they need to go, right? And take some pressure off Shanghai, Hong Kong, and Beijing, in particular Shanghai and Beijing. So they built this hub. Now, Wuhan, I don't know if you guys know Wuhan, right? But there's a river, nice river going through it. Is it the Yangtze? It's split in half, right? There used to be all kinds of wars and battles. It's very strategic, right? And there's this beautiful city, and it's got a beautiful lake, and I think the weather's nice. And you got a nice skyscraper with a view of the lake, and you got the river going by, and it's all awesome. But right now, it's shut down. Shut down. They shut the whole city down. It's like the size of Los Angeles, and they're like, shut that down now. Amazing. Oh, is that right, Daniel? You lived there when you were young? I didn't know that. Like I said, guys, Daniel is the most interesting man alive. I'm telling you. Daniel is the most interesting man alive. He's got stories that would blow you away. From 15 to 20. Those are good years. That's when you're like, I'm an entrepreneur, right? So anyways, they shut the town down because of the coronavirus. So pretty amazing. But I think it might be an interesting place to revisit or invest in, right? If you're going to do, I don't know, something in China, Wuhan's got to be an interesting place. Yeah, what a great time to be an entrepreneur, hey, Daniel? So anyways, boy, I bet you it's changed a lot since you were 20. Wow. But it's a naturally beautiful city, though, right? It's got to be one of the more beautiful cities in China. Like, I like Chengdu. Chengdu was nice. Chengdu was nice. You're right. Was it beautiful? It was nice. It was nice. Shanghai is wild, but I don't know if it's beautiful. Beijing is amazing, but I wouldn't call Beijing beautiful, like, right? So when I was in the People's Hall, I was amazed. And I'll never forget walking into the People's Hall, and I'm like, damn, look at this place, right? And there's security everywhere, soldiers with machine guns. And the only way you can get in is to be a foreign diplomat that's invited. I still have my invitation and everything. There's no tourists. You can't go in as a tourist. It's like I got to sit with Congress, right? Like there's no tourists. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm going in the People's Hall. This is the most amazing thing. And I'm walking up the stairs to these giant pillars. And someone says, turn around, dude. I'm like, what? This is the most amazing. Turn around. Look, this is amazing. I'm going in the People's Hall. Turn around. And I turn around. I'm like, holy crap, that's Tiananmen Square. And he's like, yeah, but look over there. It's a forbidden city. I'm like, the forbidden city. Which, by the way, I never got to see Tiananmen Square, never got to see the Forbidden City, but I got to sit in the People's Hall, right? And get to meet government officials. I was in the newspapers and interviewed and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't get to do the touristy stuff. So but the way I remember it, Beijing has all these amazing things to see, but I wouldn't call it beautiful, right? Right? But I think Wuhan is probably like a beautiful city. But anyways. Wuhan has 1 million university students now. Really? Mr. Highvolt was in Chengdu last year. So I was in Chengdu in I can't remember what it was, 2002. But I had dinner with the governor of the Sichuan province and the mayor of Chengdu and their staff. And it was really good. I should probably know because now that I think about it, it was right around when my daughter was born. So I'm having lunch and I said something really important to the governor of Sichuan, and he came over and we did a shot of whiskey together. And he said, what do you think of, Sichuan? And I'm like, oh, well, everybody knows it's got the best food and the most beautiful women. And he laughed because when you walk around Chengdu, they tell you, oh, Chengdu, most beautiful woman in all of China. They tell you right off the bat. I'm like, really? Right. So anyways, I paid my compliments, and he said, well, you should stay. I would like to, have show you the rest. Cause I got a tour of Chengdu and all that. And he's like, you should stay and see the pandas. And this is all the things that people do. I'm like, I would really love to. I said, but my wife is about to give birth to my second child. any day now. Like literally, it could be today, and I'm a dead man if I'm in the middle of China when my wife gives birth without me. I said, so I'd love to stay, but I have to get home or I'm a dead man. And he laughed. We're laughing about it. And then he whispers something into one of his staff's ear and whatever, and we go on with the day. And anyways, we're starting to pack up, and I'm putting on my suit jacket again, and lunch is over, and we've had a good time. And he all of a sudden, the staffer shows up and gives him a box, and he comes up to me and he says, "This is a gift, right, from all the people in Sichuan." And he gives it to me, and I open it up, and it's a hand-stitched embroidery of a baby panda playing in some bamboo. And he said, "Give this to your daughter," because we knew it was a girl. So he said, "Give this to your daughter." So I did. So it was good, and shook his hand and everything, thanked him, and boom, like literally, I think it was the next day, I jump on an airplane, and I land in Tokyo, right? So now I'm in Tokyo, and I got like 12 hours for the next plane. So I get a couple hours sleep. I wake up in my hotel. I open up the blinds. It's like 5 a.m. in Tokyo. And I look around like, what should I do? Is there a Starbucks out there? And I look down and there's the Shinto temple. I'm like, oh, well, I got to go check that out, right? So I go out of the hotel, go to this temple. It's like a block and a half away. It just happens to be right in front of my hotel room. So I get there about a block and a half away. I get there, and these temples are all over Tokyo. There's probably 50, maybe 100, maybe more, right? And they're all specialized. So I walk into this one, and monks come out, and they go, bong, right? And they're doing their thing. So I go up, and I talking with the monks. Turns out this is where people in Tokyo go to pray for the women in their life while they're giving birth. If your sister's giving birth, if your mother's giving birth, if your wife is giving birth, if your mistress is giving birth, you go there and pray for the birth. There's like 100 of these temples all over Tokyo. They each have their own reasoning. The one in front of my hotel room, is the one you go to pray for while giving birth. My wife is about to have a baby, like it could be that day. So I go to the temple. I hire a whole bunch of monks. And I donate money to the temple, and they're what they do is they give you this box of prayers that they'll pray for her. So I pick out a quick and easy birth. So these like 9 monks start praying for my wife to have a quick and easy delivery, right? And then you ring pull a sash, ring a bell, wake up the gods. Right? And you pray, and they pray, and they pray, and pray. And then they took down this sash that was used by the public while they prayed for their women to have safe and easy and quick births. And I take all this, and they give it to me, and now you could use it as a swaddle and everything. And I get there, boom, I get back on the plane, and I land back in California. I run into the room, my wife's there. She's like, I think I'm going to have a baby. We go in there, and my daughter popped out so fast, the doctor wasn't even in the room. There was a nurse like this, ready to catch the baby, and popped out. Doctor walked in. How's it going? Wah, wah. Done. The fastest, easiest birth. Now, my wife has a different side of the story, but for me, I'm like, oh my God, it worked. Best donation ever. So anyways, Chengdu, interesting place. Very interesting place. Awesome food, beautiful women, pandas, like the trifecta, right? Chengdu's cool, right? All right, so Max is bored because I shared my life with you. All right. All right, I'll just not. Okay, cool. So here's what Max wants. Do that, dude. There you go, Max. Oh, it's not even a story, right? It's just my life. Yeah. That's what I did in Chengdu. I never saw pandas. I was in Beijing, met with the government, met with reporters, didn't see the Forbidden City, didn't see Tiananmen Square, didn't eat duck. Bernard, you're talking about Rob Booker, right? I don't know Rob Booker's missed pivots theory, but I'm pretty sure that's his thing, right? Yeah. So I don't know what a missed pivot would be, but my guess by the name is what I call it is out of a position, which leads then to a counter trend. So yes, you can, if that's the case. I'm imagining it is, but the problem with it is the OOP. I'd guess is worth half to maybe 1/3 the value of a proper pivot, and then it sets up the counter trend. But I'm a trend trader, right? I'm a trend trader, so I don't like counter trend trades, although, yeah, I do take them. PJ said, Rob Booker's theory is horrible. If it doesn't work, he raises the trade leverage by 100% to go. Yeah, that sounds ridiculously dangerous. I would never, ever, 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 ever do that, right, PJ? Here's what happens if things are not going my way. I take a small loss. So in my book, I say take pride. In your losses. I'll give you an example of this, and I don't remember the example I give in the book because it was 13 years ago, which means I wrote it 15 years ago. But I'll tell you what the meaning behind it is. Okay? You should have absolutely no negative connotation for a loss. None. The dangerous part, hey Sharif, the danger that newer traders have is that they try to avoid losses because they believe a high winning percentage is important, which is actually not true. Profit, right, and volatility are the things that people look at, risk-adjusted performance. So the danger with being afraid of taking a loss is that instead of getting out of a bad trade, some sort of hope and praying gets involved, and the losing trade goes from -25 to -50 to -100, and now you certainly can't get out. And then it turns into 150, then -300, and it's a cliche, and I'm sure it'll never happen to you, but it's what happens to many. And they could have just got out here. Okay? Instead, what I recommend is if you have a plan, of course, that's the point, right? If you have a plan, you have a clear entry and a clear exit in mind. And when you're wrong, you say to yourself, well, that's not what I wanted. And you just exit and you lose this amount of money. Let's say -25, okay? I'd much rather see you have 5 or 6 or 7 -25s than, negative 200s and stuff like that, right? Because every time you get into a trade, there's an opportunity to make money, but every time you're locked into a trade, you're missing other opportunities to make money. So while plan A goes down and down and you're losing and losing and losing money, you're also losing opportunities to be in better trades. If this one's so bad and you bought it and it's falling, there's something else you should be doing, right? So you should get really used to trading your plans and saying, okay, this is my plan. Here's my entry. Here's my stop. And that's it. And if you don't get what you planned, you get out and create a new, better plan. And maybe the environment has changed. Maybe news has come out. Maybe the trend has changed. Maybe something is different now than it was before. But now you get to regroup and say, okay, that was a negative 25, not a big deal. What did I miss? What's happening? Why did this happen? Okay? And you get into a new, better trade with new analysis. And if that doesn't work, take the small loss, get it, regroup. What are you missing today? Right? And you're either buying a dip at support or you're selling a rally into resistance. What's the challenge here, right? There shouldn't be. But they also, down the road, right? So anyways, if you're wrong, take the loss, go find a new opportunity. Okay? Don't hope it'll come back. It's terrible. But the second thing is when you're ready to raise money, what you're going to do, one of the first things you're going to do, not in your first meeting, but in your first like due diligence type meeting, you're gonna show them your track record. And the very first thing you're going to do is take them through your losses. And then explain how this is a part of your risk management methodology or program, or you have something in place that protects your client's money from a significant decline. This is your risk management strategy. It's extremely important that you're able to clearly articulate what you do and how you take your losses and how this prevents your client from losing a boatload of money on some stupid bet that you took. Okay? But taking a small loss, let's say you bought it here and you're losing money because it's down here, to double your lot size to try to make it back to get to break even, I've never once told you should have a strategy to get back to break even. Getting back to break even is what losers do. I don't know if that's Rob Booker's strategy. I've never heard him say that, but I don't know his stuff. But you're not supposed to be getting back to break even. You're supposed to be making money. Okay? And doubling your lot size is the worst advice that anybody on this planet can give somebody. Right? I do the opposite. I say you should start with one mini lot, double your account and keep it at one mini lot, double your account again, stay at one mini lot, double your account again, and now maybe trade two mini lots. So now, over the time, your account size is 400% bigger, and you're only 100% more in lot size. So you're now taking, right, just 25% of the risk per trade associated with the amount of money in your account. Okay? And then slowly grow it. Now double it again, and then double this again. Okay? So now you're at 800% and you're trading 4 mini lots. Okay? Or even better, 3 mini lots, and now you're even down here. Now you're at 0.125 risk, not dollars, because your dollars are way up, but as a percentage of the account size, it's low. So now, if you're only taking 0.125% on a trade of risk, you have no problems if you buy this and you're like, oh, this is going to go up and it comes down, and you take a minus 25 and it's worth, $2.50, right? And you have $1 million in your account. I'm joking, but it's such little money you don't care. And you can do that because you're a trend trader, you're a fundamental trader, you understand seasonality, you understand business cycles, you understand monetary policy of the central bank, and you're making trades that last more than 12 minutes, okay? And you're in these trades and you're earning a lot. Plus you're buying dips on smaller time frames over and over and over and over and over and over again. So instead of one trade having 10% of your account risked on it, you have 30 trades, each individually stop losses at break even, and instead you have zero risk because each one was a small trade, then another small trade, and then another small trade, and another small trade, and you're letting all your winners run. You understand that? Because we know the absolute requirement for success is small losers and letting your winners run. So that means all your trades have to be small, and when you're wrong, get out. Okay? And when you're right, let it run. Does that make sense? Mr. Hivebolt says the problem with accumulating trades is no, there's no problem with that. Particularly, right? Oh, I see, because you have FIFO. So you're in the United States and you're locked in with FIFO, first in, first out. Well, lobby your congressman. For some reason, they believe that long-term investing is riskier. Mr. Highfield says, well, I had a 50% loss in my trading account. So, well, okay, that's different, right? Like, you would never take pride in that. But what you should be proud of is you have a bias, you trade that bias, and you know exactly what to do, and you know exactly where to buy or sell. So let's say you're a bull. So you buy dips in uptrends. The vast majority of the time you're going to be right, and when you're wrong, you're going to be a little wrong. Okay? If you're buying dips in an uptrend at support and you're losing money, there's something fantastically wrong with what you're doing. And that needs to be addressed. In that case, you should go to live.fxbootcamp.com and get a performance coach. Okay? If you're a bull and you're buying dips in an uptrend and you're losing money, there's some fantastic quirk in your trading that needs to be addressed. And you probably can't see it. Okay? No, I'm saying this. I'm drawing it. This doesn't look bearish to me at all. Okay? Here's what I see. A giant nothing. And what I think will happen by the end of the year would be something like this. Okay? I just don't know if it's here or if it's here. So let me show you how easy this is, right? If I'm a bull, I'm going to buy there. And if it goes, right, and I'm going to throw my stop right here. I'm done for the entire week. If I lose money, I lose a little bit. Okay? If I make money, I'll make more than I risked. And I will do that maybe, well, let's see. If I did it 5 times a day, that's 25 times a week. That's 100 times a month. So at least 1,000 times I'll take similar trades, whether it's this Aussie yen or a Kiwi yen or a CAD yen. But let's say I just do that one thing. I'm long yens. And at least 1,000 times I'll do the same thing. I'll wait for an uptrend and then I'll buy at support. I'll do it 1,000 times. I will make money. My losses will be small because I'll day trade everything. My winners will be big because I day trade in the direction of my swing trades. I will make money. Done. It's done. That's it. I have a bias. I know what to do. I know the market conditions that are favorable for me. I will do it consistently over and over and over again. And if in the short run the market conditions are not favorable, I'll either not trade or I'll lose a little bit. If I'm right, I'm going to make hero money. Okay? As they say, it's waning pips. Cool. What's next? What else do we have here? Okay. Do you remember this, guys? Pretty clear trade plan. So it's either going to do it now or it ain't going to do it. What do you think? Just like this, see? Look at all these trades, guys, for today. If you were a bear, right? Okay, double top, consolidation, right? So now you know you block it in. There's your range. Then what? Then we get the London Open, right? Then here's the New York Open, so on and so forth. Plausibly, let's do black. Right? And then the next one will be over in here. And you'll do this all today and all tomorrow. Turning around right on our pivot, guys. Right on the exact bearish pivot. Very cool. Here's the Aussie. Oh, we did Aussie. CAD. We did all these, right? Yeah. Let's do some Swissies. Grind says, I've been studying game theory, and last night I came across your video interview for 2017 with FX Street, right before you went to meet with central bankers. Great, great one. Everyone should watch. Oh, cool. Thank you. So these are all like crazy planned out trades, right? Here I'm like, there's only two plausibilities, right? There's where bulls will buy, bear, right? And there's the bearish plan. Interesting how it's a little bit still bearish, right? It's still going in my favor, right? You can see that we're holding, oops, I didn't want that. Let's do it here. This is still holding. This is still holding. And this looks like it's trying to roll off the 4-hour 21. Which if it does, what it's doing then is this is a reset, because the 55, as I explained a couple of days ago, predicts this, and that on top of the prediction, this is where bulls would want to buy. And you can see that we stabilize around there, okay? But of course, this is a war, right, between bulls and bears. So bears are trying to breach this and get through. Like, it's a very dangerous thing. You shouldn't try. You shouldn't plan. You should never plan for this to breach. That's not part of the rules of engagement. But what I am showing you is, you know, re-entries and second chances and all this kind of stuff, right? So I'm short here. I'm short here. I should have gotten out here. And we're just letting it run. It's not the right thing to do in that scenario. The right thing is to get out here, okay? Kitty Cat, go out to the 4H. This is what I showed you last week, I guess. Down, 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 down. We were down here. So I said, look at your role reversals, plan it all out. There should be a return to the scene of the crime. Does anyone remember this? Okay. So the only thing here is that I'm showing you, and you've known this since January 1st, that I'm buying Swiss franc. So in this case, if I'm a buyer of Swiss franc, how do I treat this when we're way down here? Let it come back and then sell. Okay. So what I did is I said, we're down here. You can see we hadn't even hit the lowest low yet. Then I drew this for you into the future and said, this is the new sell point. And if you were a bear, you would sell there and it would be heading down. And now look at how kooky that is. All right. Did I know the volatility of the Bank of Canada and all this kind of stuff? No, of course not. Remember, most amateurs are stuck in here. They trade inside the volatility, where I'm trading the boring stuff. I'm trading my bias from the 1st of January, which is here. I want to buy Swiss franc. Why? Seasonality. Okay? Down, 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 up, up, sell, boring. Down, 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 up, sell, boring. Down, 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 up, sell, boring. Down, 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 up. Guess what I'm going to do in the future if I'm still a bear? Sell there with that in mind. Boring. I missed the entire volatility. but I'm trading the trend. Very boring, not exciting. I have to plan things ahead. I'm always thinking about tomorrow. So I'm already thinking about tomorrow. If we're up there tomorrow, well, I'm just going to have to sell. I'm obligated, so to speak. Steven says, yes, it's live, bro. Hope took several of them, huh? Oh, I see. You got the first one got blocked for some reason. Yeah, Hope got several of the Swissy trades. Good job, Hope. Quite a few people took the Aussie one too. But check out that one. Isn't that great? Right? Sell zone. I marked it out with an X in December. In December! Here's the best target you could expect, 66.33, which we had marked in December. So here we are double bottoming now, okay? Now, let's look at this old analysis, okay? This, I think what I'm describing here is that you should not expect a breakout, but if it did, it's right. Very unusual, by the way, but it does happen. If you did, then you would set up the out of position and then the counter trend trade, and you would have to get out here or you're a fool, because what's likely to happen in that scenario would be this. What is this pair? It says right here, Aussie Swissy. Just happens to have a lot of price action on it. Okay. All right, I feel like we've gone pretty good here. Hour, 26 minutes. It's not 3 hours. It's not 30 minutes. So it's about our sweet spot. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being on my team. Please leave a comment on today's video. Would you do that? Would you please leave a comment on today's video? How long till swing trading group? Hour and a half. 90 minutes. Swing trading group. I'll see you in 90 minutes. Thank you for coming on this technical and fundamental journey with me. I'm sorry if I bored you with my life hanging out with the governor of the Sichuan province and the mayor of Chengdu and the birth of my child and praying with monks in Tokyo. If that's boring, I apologize. It slipped in. So if you're going to join the swing trading group, let me just pitch it one more time. First of all, we meet in 90 minutes. It includes the swing trading course, which used to be like $1,000. So now you get that when you join swing.fxbootcamp.com. But in February, I'm going to do a complete day trading course. And I'm going to do it within the swing trading group. So everyone in the swing trading group is going to get that for free, which I'm going to sell for money down the road. So now you're getting the swing trading course and the day trading course all for the same price. And the day trading indicator that I've had custom made and I keep refining, you will get that as well. So if you're going to join now, because you get 2 courses for the price of 1. And they complement each other. That's why I'm doing it that way. Plus, I don't have time to create a whole new thing and a whole new registration, a whole new everything. So I'm just going to do it inside the swing trading group. So you're just going to know how to Plan trades for the month, plan trades for the week, and plan trades every single day. Seems easy, right? So anyways, peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Ciao. See you.